we are now in the middle of the school year. Dapat alam ninyo ang pangalan ng mga teachers ninyo. Okay? Okay, so annuity. Now, what is meant by annuity? So it says in here, it is a fixed sum of money paid to someone at a regular intervals. Okay? At a regular intervals, subject to fixed compound interest. Now, to understand this one, try to look into this example. Ayan. We have this one emphasis that when we are going to have the annuity, or when we understand the annuity, you have to understand that we are talking of fixed amount of money. Okay? So the keyword is fixed amount of money paid or given to someone. Ayan. So what is the keyword? Fixed amount of money or fixed sum of money. Ayan. Another keyword to understand the annuity is there is the regularity of the paying of that fixed amount. Meaning to say, we have irregular intervals. Okay? So, another keywords to understand the annuity is the word regular interval. So, it is a fixed amount of money paid to someone at a regular interval. Another term to understand is, of course, we have a fixed compounding interest rate. Okay? So again, when we say annuity, we are talking of that fixed amount, okay, certain amount of money paid to someone or given to someone in a regular interval. So meaning to say, pagka sinabi mong regular interval, magkakapareho yan kung kailan ka nagbigay. Ganun din sa next susunod na araw. Okay? Ganun din sa susunod na araw, susunod na buwan, or susunod na taon, Ayan. Regular intervals. Of course, fixed compounding interest rate. To understand this one, consider this example. So ano ang example natin? Ayan. I have in here a fixed amount of 3,500 pesos given to someone. Okay? Given to any person. Kung sino ang nagkautangan mo, ayan, parang ganyan. Kung saan ka nag-i-invest, that is the person we are talking. Kailan ibibigay? When are you going to pay? Within that regular payment interval. What are the example of this regular interval? So we might have this one. Monthly. Pagka sinabi mong monthly, of course, consider the starting of the month. So we have in here, January 1, February 1, March 1, April 1. So regular interval. Pare-pareho ang interval niyan. Ano? Okay? Next. Okay? Of course, when you are going to pay the fixed amount at a regular interval, there is the increase of that one. Fixed compounding interest rate at 5%. I hope you understand. That is the meaning of the annuity. Okay? That is the meaning of the annuity. Kung sino man yung nag-chat doon sa natin, chat group natin, immediately pakisabi lang na pumasok ka agad doon sa virtual class natin because I cannot entertain yung mga personal. Dito na kayo mag-chat dito sa klase natin. Okay, another example to further understand the annuity. So we have in here again, an amount 5,555.55 paid to someone, given to someone, binayad mo sa taong yan. Okay? So, ayan, hindi ko alam kung sino yung tao na yan. Yung tao na yan na sinasabi natin, that is the person whom you owe the amount, or that is the person na pinagbabayaran mo. Okay? Pwedeng tao yan, pwedeng company. Anong company yan? Pwedeng bank, pwedeng insurance company, or any lending institution. Hindi ko mo sinabing tao dito, tao talaga, no? When we are talking of a person in the business parlance, meaning to say we are talking of an individual person or a company or a corporation or any lending institution. Klaro ba ako? Mag-thumbs up naman kayo kung klaro yung sinasabi ko dito. Yung tao, person. Please thumb up para alam ko kung naiintindihan. Okay? Ayan. Si Asia pa din ang nagta-thumbs up. How about the others? Okay, let's proceed on. Okay? Ayan. You paid to someone at a regular interval. Okay? Ayan. So, every 2 months. Halimbawa, ano ang every 2 months? Ayan. From January 1 to March 1. That is every 2 months. Okay? From March 1 to May 1. That is 2 months. From May 1 to July 1. That is 2 months. Ayan ang ibig sabihin ng regular payment interval. Okay? And of course, fixed compounding interest rate. Okay, so that is the meaning of annuity. Okay, that is the meaning of annuity. Next, another concept that is to be understand. Okay, so we have in here, ito na ang focus natin, magpo-compute tayo. Ayan. Ano ang ibig sabihin ng simple annuity? Okay, there are keywords again, pagka sinasabing simple annuity, ano? So again, there are keywords that we need to understand. Sabi dito, ano yung mga keyword natin? Compounding period. Ayan, compounding period is equal, the same, pareho, magkapareho. Okay, compounding period is equal, the same, magkapareho sa payment interval. Okay, sa payment interval. Ano ang ibig sabihin nito? Halimbawa, ang payment interval is every 1 year. Ayan, sabi dyan. Your payment interval is every 1 year. Magbabayad ka palagi kada 1 taon. Now, ano naman ang application ng interest? Pagka sinabing application ng interest, that pertains to compounding period. So, compounded annually. Meaning to say, ano ang value ng compounded annually? That is 1. Meaning to say, isang beses mag-a-apply ang interest sa 1 taon. So they are equal. Okay? They are equal. Okay, another example. Sabi nito, kailan ka magbabayad? Kailan ka magbabayad ng utang mo or investment mo or any deposit for that matter? Within or payment is made each month. Okay? In 1 year. Each month in 1 year. So how is that kung each month in 1 year? Ilang beses ka magbabayad? 12 months. Okay? 12 months. Pero ang sabi dito, how many times that the interest will be applied in a year? Ayan, sabi dito, compounded monthly. Pagka sinabi mong compounded monthly, 12 times na mag-a-apply ang compounding rate sa 1 taon. Okay? Sa 1 taon. So that is the example of simple annuity. Again, what is the keyword? Compounding period is equal or the same with the payment interval. Okay? Next. Next to be discuss general annuity. Sabi dito, pagka general annuity, that is the opposite of simple annuity. Sabi dito, the conversion period or compounding period is not equal to payment interval. Ayan. So it is an opposite. So it is an opposite of the simple annuity. It is where interest is compounded at times that are either greater or smaller than when the annuity payments are made. So what is the example of that one? Ito ang example. Ang payment mo or ang deposit mo or ang invest mo, palaging binibigay yan within 1 year. So 1 beses. Now, paano naman magkaka-earn ng interest yung payment mo? Sabi dito, compounded quarterly. Meaning to say, 1 beses kang magbibigay ng deposit mo kada 1 taon, pero mag-i-interest yan 4 na beses sa 1 taon. So, yan ang ibig sabihin ng general annuity. Payment interval is not equal to compounding period. Okay, another one, payment is made every month. And then, of course, every month within a year, Okay, and the application of the compounding rate is semi-annually. Pagka sinabing semi-annually, meaning to say twice in a year na mag-a-apply ang compounding rate. Okay? So that is the general annuity. So to understand more, ayan, ito ang mga keywords natin. Payment interval or do not coincide with the conversion period or payment interval is not equal to conversion period. So example, ayan, annually. Pagka sinabing annually yung compounding period, pwedeng iba yung payment interval. Pwedeng ang payment mo is ginagawa every month. Okay? Another one, compounding period is quarterly. Now, ano ang value ng quarterly? 4. Okay, 4. Ang value ng quarterly is 4. N is equal to 4. But your payment could be done yearly. Isang beses sa isang taon. Okay, payment interval. They are not equal. So that is the meaning. Okay? Ayan, payment is made every 6 months, but the compounding period is monthly. So, ayan. So, try to understand the general annuity. Okay. So, let's move on. Any question? May mga tanong ba? Pa-thumbs up naman pagka walang tanong para makaproceed ako ng mas mabuti. Ng one. Thumbs up kung naintindihan. Okay? Hello? Parang walang nakikinig sa akin. Any question? Okay. I hope na you are still there. Okay? I hope na you are still there listening to this discussion. Okay? Okay, so those are the example of general annuity. Next. Okay, so we have in here deferred annuity. Let's forgo this one. Pagka sinabing deferred annuity, you do not know when to start paying that deposit or when to stop paying that deposit that is meant by deferred annuity. Okay? Perpetuity annuity. Pagka sinabi mong perpetuity annuity, this is an annuity or you are paying wherein you do not know when to stop. Now, ano ang example ng perpetuity annuity? This is the life insurance. Okay? Pagka sinabing perpetuity annuity, one example is life insurance. Bakit considered na perpetuity annuity yung life insurance? Kasi pagka hindi mo babayaran yung insurance mo yan at natigok ka or unfortunately you did not wake up one morning, ayan, you will not be paid by the insurance pagka nag-stop kang magbayad sa insurance mo. Okay? So pagka life insurance, continuous ang payment ng insurance na yan. Para pagka may nangyari, you will be paid by your insurer. Ayan. Okay? Next. So we have another term in here, ordinary annuity. Ano ang meaning ng ordinary annuity? When we are talking of ordinary, that is the same as there are keywords that we need to understand. Okay, when are you going to pay? The question is, when are you going to pay? Okay, when are you going to pay? Of course, sabi nito, keywords at the end of payment interval. Okay, so you have to understand the importance of knowing when to pay. Because when we are talking of the payment schedule, there are favorable to us, there are favorable to the lender, there are favorable to the one who is borrowing. Halimbawa, ikaw ang nangungutang, ano ang mas favorable sa iyo? Kailan ka magbabayad? Sa pinakahuli or sa pinaka-start? Definitely sa pinakahuli kasi kaya nga nangutang ka kasi wala kang pera. Kaya babayaran yan sa end ng payment interval. Okay? So again, payment interval is made at the end. So that is favorable to the one who is borrowing. Okay? Now what about the example? Now it says in here, example, a fixed amount of money which is 3,000 pesos, is to be paid to someone. Ayan. Of course, within a payment interval. Oh, so ang sabi dito, ang payment interval natin dito is monthly. But when did you pay? During that month. It is always at the end of the month. Ayan yung example natin. March 30, April 30, May 30, June 30, etc. So payment interval natin, monthly. But when are you going to pay? According to the idea of the ordinary annuity, at the end of the payment interval. Of course, paying another fixed compounding interest rate. When are you going to pay? End of the payment interval. Okay, next. Next example. Next concept. Annuity due. Ang annuity due naman, okay, annuity due naman is the opposite of ordinary annuity. Okay, ano ang opposite niyan? So, and yung ordinary annuity, yung annuity due naman is where where payments are made at the beginning of the payment interval. Okay? At the beginning of the payment interval. Okay? So, that is the annuity due. So, ordinary and annuity due. Now, any question doon sa annuity at saka ordinary annuity? Naintindihan ba? Paki-thumbs up naman pagka naintindihan. Okay? Paki-thumbs up naman pagka naintindihan. Or para alam ko kung andyan pa yung mga student ko. Okay? Ayan. Okay, so let's move on. Next. We have in here the example, fixed amount of money. Ayan. 5,555 pesos and 50 cents paid to someone. Ayan, paid to someone at a given regular interval. So, ang regular interval natin dito is every 2 months. Kailan ka kaya magbabayad? Pagka every 2 months. Ang sabi dito is January 1st. Ayan. So, January 1st. Ayan, hanggang February 28, every 2 months yan. Next regular interval, March 1. Okay? Next regular interval, May 1. Okay, so that is the meaning of the annuity due. Okay? So annuity due, ordinary annuity, they are opposite. Again, pagka-ordinary payment interval, you are going to pay at the end. Pagka-annuity due, you are going to pay at the beginning of the regular payment. Now, is this advantageous to you? Pagka ikaw ang pagka ikaw ang nangungutang, paki-thumbs down kung agree ka. Advantageous ba ito tayo? Ayan, walang nag-thumbs down, hindi ata naintindihan. Pagka-agree ka na ang payment sa annuity due is every first day of the month, palitan ko na yung instruction, paki-thumbs up kasi yung thumbs up ata ang nakasanayan. Ayan. Okay. Annuity due. Okay, ayan. Oh, wala. Yung mga iba ay nakikinig lang ata, hindi nakikipag-participate. Thank you, Giselle. Okay. Next. Of course, ayan, with of course, fixed rate or compounding interest rate. Okay. Next. When is the payment? Beginning of the payment interval. First day of every 2 months. Ayan. Okay, let's move on. Let's proceed. And we will not be discussing this one kasi mahaba yan. Okay, ayan. Ito na, pag-usapan na natin ang future value of simple ordinary annuity. Okay, meaning to say we are now in the computation stage. Kaya I hope you will be you do have your own calculator so you can follow. Pagka sinabing future value of simple ordinary annuity, ito yung total. Okay, we are talking of the total payment at the end of the loan or at the end of the deposit or at the end of the contract. Okay? Future total. Okay. Sabi nito, the future value accumulated of an annuity is the amount due at the end of the term of the contract. Okay? That is the sum of all periodic payment, yung regular na binabayad mo, yung total yun. Okay? Of course, including the interest during that period, those period that you are paying your annuity. Yan. Now, ano ang working equation? Ang working equation, class, you have to understand yung nasa module ninyo, modules. Magkaiba yung mga variables na ginamit doon at ginamit ko dito sa computation, pati doon sa YouTube na discussion ko. Ano? Now, bakit ko pinipilit ito? Because when you will be having your own reference, lahat ng reference na makikita mo, ito ang nakalagay na mga variables sa mga computations ng annuity. Ito yung mga variables. Okay? So, medyo, I know, I understand, mahirap intindihin yung yung modules kasi nga magkakaiba yung one. Okay? Before this discussion will end, baka biglang mag-e-end ito, I will be giving you another link para ituloy natin, ano? Okay? Tani, I think 40 minutes ito pero hindi pa nag-i-stop. Okay? Para tapusin natin to. Ito ang working equation. FV is a future value. Okay? Future value. P is periodic payment. Ito yung monthly, yearly na binabayaran. Ano naman yung conversion period? That is N. Okay? That is N. Ano naman ang T? That pertains to time or term. And of course, we have in here small r, annual rate. Now, do not be confused when I make use of annual rate and compounding rate. Ang annual rate is rate within a given year. Ang compounding rate naman is yung annual rate is to be divided by how many terms or conversion period. Halimbawa, ang annual rate is 12%. Ano naman ang compounding period pagka compounded quarterly? That is 12% is divided by 3. Divided by 4. So meaning to say, every time na magbabayad ka, there will be 3% to be added every time na magbabayad ka or every time na mag-a-accrue yung loan mo or deposit mo. Okay? So magkaiba ang annual rate at compounding rate. Okay? Next. Okay? We have in here the application. Sabi dito, find the amount of 2,000 pesos at the end of every month with an interest rate compounded at 5% compounded monthly for 3 months. Now, ano ang ibig sabihin nito? Let's try to analyze. Is this a simple annuity? Simple annuity ba? Yes, bakit? Ang payment mo is every month. Okay? And then ang compounding period mo is monthly. So meaning to say they are equal. Okay? So gaano kahaba ang gaano kahaba ang pagbabayad mo? 3 months, 3 buwan. Okay? Okay. So periodic payment is 2,000. Okay? Annual rate is 5%. And of course, conversion period is of course monthly or in a year 12. Okay? So how do we compute for this one? So we have in here the given. Of course, to compute, identify the given. So ayan, periodic payment or P is 2,000 pesos, N is 12, and annual rate is 5%. The term of the payment will be at least 3 months. Okay? And of course, another problem is the future value of simple annuity. Okay? So future value, paano natin isosolve? Ayan. Pakitingin yung natin, color coding yung working equation natin. So yan ang sinusundan, you just replace them. So kagaya nito, P is 2,000. Of course, multiplied by the quantity 1. Ayan. Yung 1 doon is constant. Ano ang annual rate natin? R is 5%. Ano ang N natin? Divided by 12. And of course, raised to 12 divided by 3 over 12. Bakit 3 over 12? 3/12 yan because 3 buwan lang ang ang length ng length ng uh, utang or pagbabayad mo. Okay? So, divided by 5/12. Okay? So, if you're following, if you're having the calculator, and we have in here, okay, i-add mo yung 1 plus 5% divided by 12. I-add mo yan, and then erase mo ito sa 3. So, yung sum, erase mo sa 3 minus 1. So, it will give you that one. Okay? You follow with your calculator. Next time, pagka medyo sanay ko na yung gamit ko, magko-compute tayo. Ipapakita ko ang computation manually. Okay? So, that is the future value. So, in 3 months, ang babayaran mo, 6,000 with an interest of 25 pesos and 0.035 cents. Yan ang future value. So, magkano ang patong? Halimbawa, walang patong yan sa 3 months, anong babayaran mo? 3,000 lang, pero may interest. Ang interest is 25 pesos and at least 4 cents. Yan. Okay, so final amount at the end of 3 months. Okay, next. Okay, another one. So, in order to save for her high school graduation, Sarah decided to save 300 pesos at the end of each month. So, each month ang payment. If the bank pays 0.25% compounded monthly, how much will her money be at the end of 6 years? Okay? So, let's analyze the problem. Okay? Ano ang periodical payment? 300 pesos. The value of P is 300 pesos. Okay? Ano ang annual rate? 0.25%. Okay? 0.25%. Ano ang conversion period? N is equal to 12. And of course, gaano kahaba ang savings niya? 6 years. Ayan, 6 years. Okay? To solve for the problem, the same kanina. Ayan. You just replace yung natin, replace yung working equation natin. Okay? Before I will proceed, nakukuha ba yung pag-supply doon sa pag-substitute doon sa working equation? Okay? Would you mind to make thumbs up pagka nasusundan? Okay. Yung mga iba, how about you, Asia? Ayan. Okay. So, anyway, this will be uploaded. Pakinggan ng pakinggan kung hindi na para masundan ninyo. Okay? Yun naman ang kagandahan na i-save natin ito, na i-record, and then you can always follow them. Okay? So, ganyan. Okay? Anyway, color coding naman, maganda. Okay? So, ayan. Final amount natin. Bigay natin yung final amount. So, we have in here, okay, 21,760 pesos and 53 cents. Halimbawa, wala kang walang interest at babayaran mo lang is 300. Pagka walang interest yan at babayaran mo ng 300, that is to be 300 multiplied by 12. Ganyan lang yan, multiplied by 6 years. Okay? Ang lalabas sa mga parang i-try nga na, would you mind to try? Okay? So hindi yan lalabas na. Pero pagka may interest, ayan ang babayaran mo. Future value is 21,760 pesos and 55 cents. Okay? Okay, so that is the final amount. Okay? Okay, present value. I will not be proceeding with this present value sa next natin itatakal. So, para makita ninyo, kasi doon lang naman ang ipapa-assist ko. Yung mga hindi ko diniscuss, wala yan sa activity ninyo. Okay? Ayan, ipapakita ko lang. So, pagka present value, the value of an annuity refers to how much money would be needed to raise fund. Okay, so meaning to say, Pagka future value, kung gusto mong mag-save, magka-earn ng 30,000. Okay. Ang tanong dyan is magkano ang i-deposit mo ngayon? Yan ang ibig sabihin ng present value. Magkano ngayon ang i-deposit mo para makapag-earn ka ng 30,000 in the future? Okay? So that is the present value. Okay? How much will you deposit today for you to earn this certain amount in the future? That is the present value we are talking. Okay? Again, it is considered to be simple ordinary annuity. Pagka sinabi mong simple ordinary annuity again, yung simple equal ang payment interval at sa conversion period. Bakit ordinary? Ordinary kasi binabayaran mo yan at the end of the payment interval. So, simple, ordinary, annuity. Combination yan. Combination. Okay? Next. Okay, next application. Hindi na natin pag-uusapan to sa next na. Next tayo. Okay. Papakita ko lang. Anyway, naka-record ito. You can just follow. Okay.